Niger coup. The US think they can manipulate Tinubu because they have sustained his election, Dr. Okwesilezenwodo says. So what Okwesilezenwodo is saying here is talking about US because it is also allegedly suspected or observed that the West are the people pushing Tinubu and ECOWAS to go and fight in Niger Republic. And especially Tinubu, people believe that, France is basically pushing him because he has all his life in France. He has all his investment in France. And France is his safe haven. But on the other hand, we have also seen a situation where U.S. government have been calling Tinubu on phone with respect to ECOWAS, with respect to Niger, and the support they have for him to go to Niger and fight. So because of that, they think they can also push Tinubu to go to war because they have possibly helped him to sustain his election that he fraudulently declared himself a winner. But all I know is that the Western world are very cunning. Okay, so we will not be surprised if both France and US are blackmailing Tinubu now, having held his record over the years and know whom he is. They have intelligent information about him, all his activities in France and in the US over the years. And I'm sure they've been waiting for a time like this. And now they will tell him, do this or we'll expose you or we do this to you, which is a cheap blackmail that they might also be doing on him. So what we're seeing here now is Koslimodo saying probably US is thinking they can, push Tinubu and manipulate him to go to war in Niger because they have helped him to sustain his election. Let's see what more he has to say. The former governor of Enugu State, Dr. Okwesilezenwodo, has claimed that as the chairman of ECOWAS, the United States think they can manipulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because they have done him a favor by sustaining his election, which is still under serious controversy in Nigeria. In the report by Vanguard on Monday, August 14, Tingodo said that the U.S. was pushing President Tinubu to declare war on Niger Republic so that they can exploit the resources in Niger Republic. Speaking about the favor which he claimed the U.S. has done President Tinubu, the former national chairman of the People Democratic Party said that the U.S. has frustrated all the efforts of Nigerians to get evidence against President Tinubu in the drug trafficking charges and educational qualification scandals that have been trailing him. Modo said that these issues originated from the U.S., but the U.S. has made it difficult to get evidence against Tinubu. Wow. He said the U.S. frustrated the efforts of Nigerians who are trying to get evidence against President Tinubu in all of these. So they have done him a favor and expect him to do them a favor in return by doing what they want, and they want their uranium, which they are exploiting from Niger Republic with cheap labor. As the chairman of ECOWAS, they think they can manipulate him because they have done him favors by sustaining his election that is seriously under controversy in Nigeria. This is certainly Western manipulation, he said. Yeah, it is obvious. Definitely, America or with the West would never put hand where they would not benefit, where they don't have interest. The truth is that they don't have international moral standing to come to Niger to fight and declare who should rule Niger because Niger is a sovereign nation. So what they want to do is to use ECOWAS and use President Tinubu to fight a proxy war. That's exactly what US and France wants to do because these are the two nations exploiting the uranium and the gold that are in Niger Republic. Okay, and Tinubu himself too, again, just like Koslezengwodo is saying, because US thought they have done him a favor by holding back evidences against him in the court, especially around his drug dealing or drug trafficking evidences and educational qualification evidences for, for use as evidence in the court in Nigeria. They have withheld that, making prosecution of Tinubu very difficult. So they thought they have done him a favor, and now they will also want him to do them that favor by ensuring that he leads the war into Niger Republic. This is a cheap blackmail, like I said earlier. They have his records. They know whom he is. They have intelligent information about him over the years. In fact, they have database for him both in France and in the US. And so they have protected him because they knew they were going to use him maybe in time to come. And now it is time to use him, and are doing it very well. So Nigerians need to shine their eyes and say no to the Western world and say no to Tinubu. And just like the Senate has intelligently refused approval of the soldiers to go to Niger, they should continue to sustain that as well. Because the war in Niger, the US and the Western world have more to benefit than Nigeria, than African nations, than the ECOWAS. And the ECOWAS leaders are just stooges that, or puppets that US and UK and Canada and France have been using, to manipulate the whole of Africa. So the younger ones are now saying no to all of this. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So I've got a few comments here from a few individuals. Let's see what people have to say. Somebody say here, what is this man talking about? Is it us that hold INEC result sheet? Or did Nigerians voted because Tinubu wants school in US, or what? This self doesn't understand what we're saying. Nigerians are saying Tinubu did not win election. We did not vote for him. Okay? So the fact remains that the people in the US and France are the ones trying to sustain Tinubu in power. That is what we're saying, because all the evidences that are needed in the court, international evidences that are needed in the court to prosecute him, they have held those evidences back, refusing Nigeria have access to those documents. That's what we're saying here. Okay, so those who lost election and looking for a back door to take power were humiliated in US. Can you imagine? This guy must be somebody that is a bigot or a tribalist. Somebody say you're a blended tribalist. Exactly. And that is what I say here. Now, it's your thinking that is upside down. Oga, Tinubu did not win the elections. Facts. Tinubu is a criminal drug lord. Facts. Tinubu forged results. Facts. What else? Stop allowing tribalism to blind you. Habi? That's exactly what somebody is trying to tell them here. When senior citizens of Nigeria join the younger restlessness, can you imagine generation to lampoon our presidential election result, then Nigeria is in serious trouble of failure. Why would veteran Wodo talk so glibly? The controversies erupted from dubious sore losers who decided to take up devious excuses to malign and disqualify the winner. Can you imagine? He said if you lose, go to court. Now they're in court, and he can no longer continue the court case because he finds that he cannot win. So that is what Ezekwesili is saying, that, the U.S. are manipulating Tinubu and ECOWAS to go to war in the Niger Republic because they have favored him by withholding his, international intelligence report that is needed as evidence in a court of law in Nigeria. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.